Hello, hi, welcome once again to M5's new English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan and I'm here on your TV screen to help you learn English. Now, are you sitting comfortably? Yes? Good. And are you ready for today's lesson? Yes? Good. Okay, well, let's learn English together. Well, hello again to all of you out there in Hungarian TV land. Welcome, welcome, welcome one and welcome all. All right, we're back here in the studio once again, ready for some more English. Okay, OJ, are you ready? Yes? Great, right on. Today, we're going to look at the past simple with other verbs. Not just with the verb to be. Today, we're looking at the past simple with all sorts of verbs. Here we go. Okay, to make the past simple with regular verbs, we add ed to the end of the infinitive. Work becomes worked. Record becomes recorded. Watch becomes watched. Now, the great thing about the past simple tense is that it's only got one form. Only one form. Amazing. So we don't have to worry about spelling changes in the first or third person singular. We don't have to worry about any of that. If we know the correct form of the past simple version of the verb, then we know that it's the same for all. I worked, you worked, he worked, she worked, it worked, we worked, you worked, they worked. Hooray! I watched TV last night. You watched TV last Friday. He watched TV yesterday afternoon. She watched TV yesterday morning. It, the cat, watched TV this morning. We watched TV on the 13th of September. You watched TV 2 days ago. They watched TV 1 hour ago. Well, that's great. With the past simple tense, we don't have to change anything. We don't have to add an S or an ES. There's only one form. Excellent, Exma, Excalibur, explosion, exit. Great. Okay, well, we know we have to be careful with verbs where the last letter is an E. With those regular verbs, we don't add ED, we only add D. So dance becomes danced, like becomes liked, and love becomes loved. I brush my teeth every morning and every evening. Last night I brushed my teeth, and this morning I brushed my teeth. My friend Clint worked as a cashier in 1992. Yesterday it rained all day. Okay, so to make the past simple form of a regular verb, we add ed to the infinitive. If the verb ends in E, we only add D. Now, what if the verb ends in a Y? Well, let's look at the verb to study. The verb to study ends in a consonant plus Y, and the past simple form of study is studied. We replace the Y with IED. What about the verb to carry? Carry ends in consonant plus Y, and the past simple form of carry is carried. We replace the Y with IED. Okay, so we now know that the past simple form of the verb to marry is married, and the past simple form of the verb to copy is copied. Okay, I married my wife in 1998. Yesterday, I copied some files from my computer onto an external drive. Okay, great. Well, What about verbs which end in vowel plus y? What happens then? Well, if a verb ends in vowel plus y, we don't change the y to ied. We just add ed. So, I enjoyed that film last night. I stayed in a very nice hotel in Sicily. We played football last weekend. Okay, magic. So, one more time. If the verb is regular, we add ed to the end. If the verb ends in consonant plus y, we replace the y with ied. If the verb ends in vowel plus y, we leave the y and add ed to the end. Fab! Sheep, elephants, monkeys, geese and chickens. Okay, now, what about the irregular verbs? Well, what do you think? Regular verbs are regular, irregular verbs are irregular, illogical, there's no logic here. With the irregular verbs, we have to learn and remember the correct form. Here's a list of some important irregular verbs. To begin, began. To buy, bought. To drink, drank. To eat, ate. To forget, forgot. To find, found. To give, gave. To go, went. To pay, paid. To put, put. To read, read. To say, said. To speak, spoke. To stand, stood. To think, thought. Okay, well, that's a lot of information, but, well, we need a lot of information. If we want to communicate with people, we need to tell them things. We need the past simple to tell them things like, I thought you said 5 o'clock. I'm sorry I'm late. We need new verbs in the past simple to say things like, last Christmas I bought my wife a watch. And we need more verbs in the past simple tense to say things like, I bought a new camera last year. When I went on holiday to Sicily, I took 723 photos. Okay, so we now know that all the forms of the verb are the same. They don't change. We don't have to worry about different forms for the first person singular or the third person singular. With verbs in the past simple tense, there is only one form. This means that I can say that yesterday I bought a hamburger, or yesterday you bought a hamburger, or I can say that yesterday she bought a hamburger, or I can say that yesterday they bought a hamburger. Easy, simple, easy as pie. Okay, now let's practice using the past simple. Here's a story about my weekend. Let's put the verbs into the correct form to complete the story. Last weekend we to mad. We at 6 a.m. At 6:15 a.m. breakfast and our teeth. We ferry and Edina at 8 a.m. and we to mad. We in mad at 12 p.m. We our bags into our room and for a walk in mad. Here's the list of verbs we need to use in the first part of the story. Go, wake up, get up, have breakfast, brush your teeth, meet, drive, arrive, put, go. Okay, so what are the past simple tense forms of those verbs? Well, go changes to went. Wake up changes to woke up. Get up changes to got up. Have breakfast changes to had breakfast. Brush your teeth is regular. Hooray! A regular verb! So, brush your teeth changes to brushed your teeth. Meet is irregular. So meet changes to met. Drive is also irregular. So drive changes to drove. Arrive is regular. Hallelujah! So arrive changes to what? Well, arrive ends in E, so we don't add ed, we add d. Now, put is irregular, but put is an easy irregular verb. Put changes to put. Excellent. It's like the singular of sheep, sheep, and the plural of sheep, sheep. And the last verb for this part of the story, go for a walk changes to went for a walk. Brilliant. Well done. Okay, let's put the correct form of the verbs into the story. Last weekend, we went to Mad. We woke up at 6 a.m., got up at 6:15 a.m., had breakfast and brushed our teeth. We met Ferry and Edina at 8 a.m. and we drove to Mad. We arrived in Mad at 12 p.m. We put our bags into our room and went for a walk in Mad. Okay, are you ready for the next part of the story? I know you are, and you know you are. How do I know you're ready for the next part of the story? What a daft question. Let me say one thing. The Jackson 5. You know, Michael, Boris, Janet, Jerome, and number 5. Yes, you know it. We know it, and they also know it. The Jackson 5 know the first 3 letters of the alphabet. 3? 3? What is that? A joke? We, you and me know all 26 letters of the English alphabet. And do you know what that makes us? Yes, you know. I know. And Boris Jackson knows. That makes us gods of English. And the gods of English are always ready for the next part of the story. Okay, onwards to glory, part 2 of the story. Now, just like part 1, we have to put the verbs into the correct form of the past simple. So, these are the verbs we need for the second part of the story. Visit, walk, have dinner, have. We visited 2 different wineries in Mad and walked through the cellars. We had dinner in a restaurant. I had pork and potatoes. Evie had chicken and a salad. Ferry had some madi gnoclevish soup, and then he had some chicken with risotto and spinach. Edina had some pumpkin soup and then grilled goat's cheese with mashed potato. For dessert, Edina had some cheesecake and I had some chocolate cake. Blimey! Well, that's part 2 of the story. Let's see some of that vocabulary before we get stuck into the verbs. Okay, so that's the vocabulary. Now here are the verbs. Visit, walk, have dinner, have. Okay, so what are the past simple forms of those verbs? Well, visit is regular, so visit becomes visited. Walk is also regular, so walk becomes walked. Have dinner is irregular. Have dinner changes to had dinner. And the last 5 verbs? Well, the last 5 verbs are have, and have. So, What do they become? Easy. They change to had, and what about the last one? Any ideas? That's right. The last one, have, changes to had. Pachango! Okay, that's all we have time for today. Our time is up. Anyway, I had a great time today, and I hope that you did too. Thanks for watching me on M5's English language learning program, Let's Speak English. I'm Gav Duncan. I'm not Frankie Hoffman, and I'm not Ilya Kuryakin. I'm Gav Duncan, and I'll see you all next week for, wait for it, for a special week of English Christmas fun. See you later. Bye.